Hello, Angels. Today, I want to dial the clock back to January to cover a record that I really should have covered at the time because it's kind of becoming the ambient event of 2026 thus far. Obviously, I'm talking about the Juliana Barwick and Mary Lattimore collaborative album, Tragic Magic. Now, between these two, for ambient fans, Juliana Barwick is probably the more well-known name because of her run of really impressive releases throughout the 2010s, highlighted specifically by 2011's The Magic Place. But it has been since 2020 since we heard a new record from her, and she's been pretty much radio silent in the time since then. And so ambient music was highly anticipating her return, to say the least. As for Mary Lattimore, 2020 is also a pretty significant year because it is when she released what is ostensibly her breakthrough record, as her role primarily as a harpist, harp player, was expanded upon with a bunch of supplementary instrumentation, and it turned into the record that a lot of fans, myself included, credit with introducing them to her work. But this record isn't just a collaboration between these two songwriters and instrumentalists, it's also a collaboration between a rich history of musical instruments that they were granted access to in order to record it, that being analog synthesizers for Juliana Barwick and harps for Mary Lattimore. And despite the variety of both styles of instrumentation that are present on this record, it is pretty cohesive in what it achieves, a sound that is grounded and naturalistic, occasionally dusting with more cosmic, whimsical fairy tale and folklore styles, yet maintaining a really, really impressive cohesion. There are tracks on here like Temple of the Wind that are very linear, very abstract in the way that they morph through their phases. And there are other songs here like the fantastic The Four Sleeping Princesses, which work in more conventional crescendos. And wow, some of those densest, most beautiful, twinkly moments are really, really compelling. I will say that while I cite the cohesion of this record as being really impressive, it does suffer from a little bit of a sameness that can sometimes plague this very naturalistic sounding ambient music, and I think it's more impactful on the latter half of the record than the first half, though that's probably just due to the actual sequencing of the tracks. And for that reason, I'm gonna hit this thing with a rock solid 7, maybe to a 7.5. I think it's pretty good. Definitely a must hear for ambient music fans. Not sure it's gonna be a kind of cultural reset or anything, but as far as really interesting sounds and collaborations within this niche but very beloved genre go, it's a really impressive piece, and you can tell me down in the comments what you thought about it if you heard it.